GHB, we here, y'all. Let's get it going, man. Oh shit. Let's get it going. GHB TV, what's going on? What's popping? I'm gonna let the people fill in. Hey, listen, Yon XL, what's up, gang? We in the building. This is the stream yard, but we gonna do the 1v1s. I ain't about to have 100 niggas on here arguing. We not doing that. A lot of little freaky shit going on in the game that I've been hearing about. What's going on? Certified Belly, what's up, cuz? What's the deal? Tate Gold, what's up, family? Hey, I like that Lamont Rose Williams to pay that idea. I love that. I don't know who came up with that. I don't know who idea was, but I like it. Miss Rashonda, what's going on, sister? Break it down, G. No, that's gonna be interesting to see. I feel like I feel like you get a better fight. We get a better fight than Lamont and we get a better fight than Lamont and Pitbull Cruz. Zepeda threw a lot of punches, southpaw stance. Um, Coming off the loss to Shakur Stevenson, but highly respected in the game. Highly respected in the game because he ain't ducking no rack, and neither is Lamont Roach. I love when it's two fighters that we know is gonna fight. We don't have to question their heart. I love that. I love that type shit. Can BZ, what's up, cuz? He said Pitbull got a better chin than Zepeda. I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that at all. Appreciate the love. H2, appreciate the love. Yeah, I'm not doubting that about the chin shit. I wouldn't even go that far. My thing is it's gonna be an entertaining fight though because of the tangibles, the little things. Zepeda being southpaw and being volume puncher, that's gonna make for an interesting fight. You know what I mean? I do think Lamont is the better skilled fighter, but here's the thing. He cannot go in there looking for the perfect shot. He gonna have to let his hands go. Yon XL, that's exactly where I was what I was getting into. He's gonna have to let his hands go. If he want to win that fight, he gotta fire. And I'm also hearing Devin Haney, Rolly. Is that 100%? I love that fight too. And I love that fight because of the history. The history they have in the gym. We already seen what happens to guys when Rolly is comfortable. When Rolly comfortable, he know you. We get a different Rolly, especially under Ishmael Salas. Under Ishmael Salas, we get a lot more skill Rolly. So that's going to be interesting to see because is Rolly going to come in there and try to be too perfect? Bishop Box, I appreciate you, gang, man. I appreciate the love and support, man. Real shit. Make sure y'all subscribe to Bishop Boxing. Bishop Boxing Opinion, to be exact. You know what I mean? Jao Bataya versus Benny is the most anticipated rumble for me. Yeah, that's one of them. A week. I ain't mad at that one. I like that too. And I like how David Benavidez let it be known he want to fight him. He not on the like. I don't think he looking past her though, but he looking past her though. Cause he running up and telling niggas, yo, you know what it is, cousin. We can get it next. If that's what you want to do. People always forget Rolly had a horrible fight under Silas before Garcia. His chin is gone. His chin is gone? Well, he's here today. To say his chin is gone is crazy because he's here today as a title holder, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I get it, but hey, I don't really understand it. I don't understand too much of what that's supposed to mean. Because Rolly is here today as a champion. Ray Ford. Ray Ford versus Shockey gonna be a great fight too. Reason being, it's already a lot of bad blood between the two. Ray is really getting irritated at the fact that Oshaki is overlooking him. Oshaki is talking about, fighting Shakur and, you know what I'm saying? Almost talking to him like he's not even there. Like he trying to treat Ray Savage like he's not even there. That's gonna be crazy. But I also feel like this. Oshaki may just feel like because he's a title holder and because he's coming off the win over Cool Boy, I think Oshaki is feeling like he's above Ray Savage. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying he feel like that. Like the way he talking and the way I think he feels like he's deserving of a bigger fight. These dudes go crazy about the bigger fights. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. It's gonna be real interesting to me. Really interesting fact. That's how he carrying it. He carrying it like Ray wasn't ever a champion. Ray was a champion and he was asked to stay at a weight class he felt like he was outgrowing and he wanted to move up. And Eddie Hearn basically, no, not yet. Not yet, youngin. I got some more work for you. You know what I mean? I almost feel like Ray was kind of like forced to stay there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Ray was forced to stay at 26. He wanted to move up. All right. They made him move up. He lost to Nick Ball. You know what I mean? He lost to Nick Ball. I felt like it was a close ass fight. I felt like it could have been a draw, maybe, I don't know, man. But Oshaki, are you really in position to be overlooking dudes? We don't know. We can't say he not. We can't say Oshaki not in that type of situation. Kevin Brown, I appreciate the love and support, gang. Appreciate you being consistent. Make sure y'all hitting that like button too, man. That's all. I ain't asking for much. What happened to the training, bro? What training? What you talking about? This how you really grow your channel. Yeah, we trying to, one day at a time, man. We ain't rushing that. We ain't worrying about being, the best. As long as people understand what's going on over here. As long as they understand what's going on. You think Shushu ready for the monster like he acting? I mean, listen, Shushu, what I could say, skill wise, I think he can hang. Experience wise, I think he's a little out of his league. But I do think, and I do believe Shushu will prepare properly for NUA. You know what I'm saying? I think he will give us a great fight. I don't think Shushu is into bullshitting around in the gym. I think, I think he'll be ready. Now, will he beat NUA? That's a different ball game, different story. Totally different story. Yeah, I worked out today. I'm putting it in every day. I'm putting a little bit more every day. I'm about to put the link in the chat, man. We gonna get some people in here and we gonna talk about these fights. We gonna see how y'all feel, man. Listen, I told y'all we doing the 1v1, so I don't want nobody getting mad at me. I just don't feel like hearing nobody argue. I want people to get their point across and let that be that. Jaron Ingram stopped Ruley and sparring. Tio had him out on his feet and sparring. Tank Pitbull. How is his chin not suspect? You said you all right, so you mixing it up. First you said the chin was going, now you saying suspect. If any grown man hit another grown man on their chin, bro, they gonna feel that shit. You can say what you want about Rolly. Rolly is a champion right now. And he fought for it. And he beat Ryan. Like, what is it about Rolly that you want to just keep talking about his chin? What did Rolly do to you? Now we could talk boxing. Now we could talk boxing. You know what I'm saying? What did Rolly do to you, brother? Brother Khalid in the building. Hold on. I had to put him on. Brother
Black
Khalid,
Black God, how you doing?
I'm chilling, chilling. Peace, peace. How you feeling?
Peace. Excellent, brother. Real excellent, bro. How about you?
Hey, man, I feel better just hearing that. I'm good.
Hey, salute, bro. Hey, bro, I wanted to go over with you because last time we talked, we was talking about that Navarrete scraps. Right before they happened. I just wanted to talk to you about those real quick. Hey, bro. First, I'm
Right.
gonna start with the Martinez joint. That was a
Yeah.
draw. That was a good scrap, bro. He was in there
Great,
rumbling.
great
That
fight.
was a great fight, man. Bro, he had some sauce, like some sizzle to him in that motherfucker. He was in there. Good footwork, good head movement. He had a good jab. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
was in there working. Hey, look. So I do like agree with you. You said that I think his name's Quadras or something like that. He was kind of like he did kind of had that A side shit kind of going on for a second, but
Cardenas.
yeah, Cardenas. He had that A side shit going on, but he was a little slick in there too. He had some solid
No,
defense as
he
a decent.
no,
Yeah,
he definitely can fight.
yeah,
But I felt like for him to be as young as he was dragging his feet, and I felt
yeah,
like him dragging his feet was because like no matter what, I'm gonna get the win. That
for
was the
sure.
vibe. That was the vibe I was feeling from him.
Okay.
But no, you definitely understand what you're looking at. That's definitely a good fighter. I
Yeah,
like
for
him.
sure. Yeah, he was in there. He was in like, oh shit. He was doing some good countering off with the right uppercut. I'm like, damn, okay, that was some good shit. So those guys were very good. They're both well coached, well trained, and they need to run that back. They just got to
True.
run it back. You know what I'm saying? Now, looks, bro, Emilio Vargas, he was impressive.
Yeah, he was.
He was impressive, bro. Like the shit he was fighting, coming forward a little bit. He was catching the shots, moving his head. He was comfortable. He looked like, you know what he was? He was very calm in there, bro.
Yes,
Very
sir.
relaxed, bro.
Yes,
Very
sir.
relaxed. Very like, and he was in there with a guy that was giving him some resistance and helping them get some rounds in, but it
Hmm.
wasn't too crazy, but he still got them rounds in. So bro, he was doing a
Hmm.
lot of shit. He had a good jab. He was excellent body work.
Hmm.
Excellent body work. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
What you think about him and Abdullah Mason? And if that him and Abdullah Mason is like Boots and Virgil. Hopefully we can get it though.
I think that fight is more exciting than well, no. Not more exciting.
Yeah,
More that fight would be more intriguing.
that's fair.
Um, because when you say Boots and Virgil, I'm thinking skills versus dog.
Mm,
But when you say Abdullah Mason and Emiliano Vargas, I'm thinking skill versus skill.
exactly. For sure.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
So
Yeah.
so when you say that, when you talk about that fight, I'm saying I'm saying intriguing because there's going to be times where they thinking
Yeah.
and they both going to be looking to counter.
Mm-hmm.
Who going to take the initiative? Like who going to go first?
Right.
Or who going to try to step on the other? Because Abdullah got the head start right now. I mean, I ain't even gonna say head start. I'm just saying he's ahead of um
Emilio.
Emiliano Vargas, where at
Right.
one point it looked even. At one
Yeah,
point
yeah.
they was like same playing field. Now I feel like Abdullah Mason's confidence is on a different level, and we've seen him constantly step on people because their conditioning wasn't up to par. They was too small, or
Right.
the skill set wasn't up to par. This will be the first time we'll see him in there with a guy. I'm not gonna say it's his mirror image because one is orthodox and one is southpaw. But this kid, as far as skills, is a
Yeah,
mirror image.
for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
For sure.
So no one thing about when a skilled fighter is fighting another skilled fighter, he's not trying to make mistakes because he know that
Yeah,
guy can make him pay.
for sure. Yeah, I
So
also think as far as Mason ahead of Vargas a little bit because of Mason last fight. He went through
right,
that, and then it's like it's still like a level like Vargas ain't had that fight yet, or like
right,
that level of opposition to show us that you can handle something like that, and you on that type of level. Like, of course, with the eye test we see it, but you
hmm
still gotta fight. You still gotta rumble. You still gotta put your shit
right,
together and like execute a win against a real guy. So yeah,
right.
bro, that's real shit. That's real shit. But hopefully that fight get made. Guys keep winning. They talking about Mason and Joe Cordina next and all that. Hey, bro, so two more things I got for you that I'm going to go ahead and bounce.
Good,
So,
you
look,
good. Talk to me.
how you feel about that, Oshaki? Now, look, you was making some good points about Oshaki and Ray Ford. I'm like, I really like I'm good with the Ray Ford and Shock. I want to see that. That's gonna be a
Right,
good scrap. But I
right,
do want to see him and Navarrete. I really need to get. I want to see that work. Like I need
right,
to see somebody who gonna deal with Navarrete because he
right,
just running shit. Like Oshaki got the size, got the reach. He's a
right.
good boxer. A cerebral guy. I want to see that style class. How you feel about it?
I think that's the fight that he
For
need.
sure.
I,
For
to be
sure.
honest, I would
Hmm.
like to see him fight Ray Savage,
Hmm.
but the truth is no title on the line for you versus Ray Savage.
Right.
You being Oshaki Foster, he doesn't gain anything as far as accolades as far as titles. He doesn't gain that, but he does gain you know great experience and possibly be in a classic matchup. The reason I think he trying to hold off too, he know Ray Savage gonna give him a run for his money, and they might have to do it 2 times, and they might have to do it 3 times.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Now with Navarrete, the thing is with him, 130 pounds and down, he probably like the most dangerous fighter for real because he's very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Oshaki probably like I don't really want to fuck with that because
Mm,
those are the type of fighters anything can happen against them.
for sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
he throws shots from all over the place. He can punch. So it's
Mm,
like you could be up 6 rounds and then get caught with a shot and change and the whole fight change around. So I
mm,
think he not looking for him, but that would be the fight for him. As far as the fight though, I think Oshaki would have to be very basic. Don't try to get it caught up in a brawl.
mm.
Don't try to show your kahunas. You know what I mean? Go out there and beat him smart. You got a hell of a jab. Go out there and
Gotta use
use
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta use that jab. Try to tame him, slow him down. You know what I'm saying? But that'll
When
be
you
a great fight.
say taming with the jab, cause look, they say back in the day, like, cause I was looking at an old school Sugar Ray doc. It was like 2 hours, and they were just going through his old scraps and shit like that, right?
Right.
But a lot of the old school guys they would use the jab for the first six,
Yeah.
but it's educated though. We hooking off of it, uppercut,
Yeah.
spearing that body. You think Oshaki need to be on that type of time? Like, yo, we strictly front hand work for this first six. We gotta neutralize you off rip.
Yeah. And because and I use the words tame because you want to slow him down. You
Yeah.
want to, now that's the crazy thing about Navarrete. He not always just walking forward and going crazy. He be, trying to set you up off a rhythm and
Right.
shit like that and just bomb a shot in between. The
Mm.
reason I use the words tame though is because you don't know when he's gonna throw. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? He doesn't really show you any signs like I'm gonna get ready to start throwing. He just started falling into shit. He got this jab that he falling over with,
Right.
falling off the line. A lot of people can't see it, but he falling off the line as he jabbing. Then the arm come out extra long, so it's like, oh shit. You know what I
Mm.
mean? You gotta stop all of that. You can't let
Yeah.
him get away with any of that. And the thing is, I just feel like with a good jab and some footwork, you can make
Yeah.
that happen. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Footwork, the good jab, and then like probably the pace. You probably
Yeah.
got to slow the pace all the way down.
And that's why, yeah, and that's what a
Yeah.
jab do. A
Hell
jab
yeah.
gonna break the action. It's gonna start the action. So I feel like when I said what I said about taming him, that'd be the key. Slowing
Yeah.
him down and taming him because that motherfucker gets crazy and he don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Salute. Salute, bro. All right. Look, I went back and rewatched Jaron Boots Ennis versus Karen of the second fight.
Right.
Karen was doing a lot of shit in there, and the mere fact and the shit Boots was doing to neutralize that, the type of shots, the defense, the shit he was doing. You really gotta watch that fight with the mute off, cause
Yeah.
it was a lot of Karen. Like Karen was doing some shit, but it really wasn't as much as they was trying to make it. Hey,
Yeah.
Boots is a very impressive guy, brother. He can
Yeah.
fight. He has a great skill set, and
Yeah.
it's I want to see him utilize it because basically at like 147 he wasn't operating at his optimal level. I think that at 154, 160, because even now it's still looking like they trying to freeze him out. Who knows when the fuck Virgil gonna fight? Virgil not fighting for 3 years. He
Yeah.
wild, that golden boy got him tied up. He's saying fuck, he not fighting for 3 years. He in some court shit. So
Yeah.
now it's like Charlo would be a good fight and all that, but my main point is I want to see. It's unfortunate because I think Boot, because they talking about Shakur and Devin and all that, and because Boot's not active, because he's really better than all of them. Oh,
Mm,
to me.
mm,
Now, how you ranking skills and hey, look, I'm looking at Jerron Boots and it's on the screen. I'm looking at him and the shit he's doing. Either maybe y'all can do it and like we ain't seen it, but I'm seeing him do some shit that just y'all not doing, bruh, on both sides, offensively and defensively. And he got the meanness. He not playing nothing safe. Like I
yeah.
don't care if he punch. I'm gonna get you out of here viciously, violently, or
Yeah.
relentlessly. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he really he like that black face, and I ain't saying like that, but like that black fighter that we really kind of need, and Devin and them and all that can be really in the mix, but he could just from a stylistic standpoint and just how he fight, that's really because he do it on both sides, offensively and defensively. I would just
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. Like, do you think him and the yo-yo, how you think him and the yo-yo would go?
That's a great fight, man. And
Mm.
I think Yo-Yo will have to get crazy if he want boots. Like
That's fair.
if he want boots, he gonna have to lose his mind that night. I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
he gonna have to go in there and really try to get him. He can't go in there trying to figure him out. You know what I mean? And I heard they already sparred and all that. So I can imagine him trying to go in there, Yo-Yo. I mean, trying to figure out what Boots is gonna do next. You gotta have your mind made up. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Now
It's
I
like,
think now I do think Yo-Yo is big enough. I think he skilled enough, and I think he's experienced enough to handle a Boots. But I just don't know how it would turn out.
yeah, for
For
sure, bro. You just
me.
you gotta be having some shit in there to deal with him, bro. Like,
Yeah, I don't think he can. Like you said, when Boost gears get to going, he get to pushing on the gas.
yeah,
It's kind of tough to slow him down. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
I think that's a lot of guys' big issue with Boots. We say, he been well. Sometimes he get hit too much, and it's like, yeah, but who really doing damage to him?
Right. You know what I'm
You know,
saying? Who
you
really?
never see no damage get done to him. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying though, like show me something. You know what I mean? Now I did want to say this, brother Khalid.
What up?
I heard what you said about Boots being the best out of them, but I think the biggest beef with Boots Ennis is he don't give you anything outside of boxing.
True.
He
Very
gives you
true.
boxing. and that's all you're gonna get from him. He not about to stress himself out trying to be famous and all that type of stuff. He not down with the hanging with the streamers for a day and all
Yep.
that. And I think the reason that counts against him is because today's time the narrative pushing is the game. Like,
True.
what you can get people to believe, what you can get people to come out and see.
Mm.
People, I think they want you to almost, and I'm sorry to say it like this, but put yourself out on the strip like a whore. You know what I
For
mean?
sure. Yeah.
They
No,
they
you're right.
want you they want you to get out here and advertise, and it's like,
Mm.
yo, I'm in there doing great things. Is that not enough? You know what I
Mm.
mean? And I think
Yeah.
in today's time, they don't want the black man to be humble or just be laid back. They want you to just be acting a damn fool.
For sure. If you look at what Keyshawn Davis,
Yep.
all respects to my brother as a fighter and as a man. He looks like a nut. He's splashing in water, calling out names, flipping by.
Hmm.
It's just a lot of silly shit. A
Hmm.
lot of silly shit that niggas is doing. So I feel you on that. And even if you look at how Boost chooses to address problems, he gonna go to YSM Sports, talk to his guys. He ain't talking to everybody. He'll go on some ring shit or some shit that Eddie and them put him on. But I'm talking to my guys about my issues, and it's a certain way, it's a certain level of the like quorum and just grown man way he gonna handle it. Cause he's not a kid, bro. He's up there in the 30 years, like you're not a kid. Like them brothers still a little young. So
Right.
he's just an adult. So you're right. That is gonna be held against him because even like I be on the boxing voice, bro. They be like, yo, he didn't call nobody out and he didn't, and it's like we still in that type of thing where they want you to call somebody out a certain type of way and all that
Yep.
type of shit, bro. So yeah, bro, it's like, you know, Boots, Eddie Hearn, I think Eddie Hearn is doing a solid job with him, but now that Connor Ben is gone, we need to put more about dollars behind Jaron Boots Ennis. I need to be screaming Jaron Boots Ennis name from the mouth because Anthony Joshua not fighting. Connor Ben is gone. So now your main guy is Jaron Boots Ennis. Yo, how much marketing dollars flooded? I need him over here, over there. We need to get it popping because that's your last guy we
Hmm.
give a fuck about. I'm not sure if Stevenson's still with him, but Jerron Booth in this, we need to get that popping. Hey, bro, let me hit you with some old school shit real quick, bro. So I've been looking at Sugar Ray Leonard. They got this great documentary that's 2.5. You know what I'm saying? 2.5 hours of just Sugar Ray basically from coming up until his title fights. They was arguing that from 1978 to 18. I'm sorry, from 1978 to 1982. That was his prime. That was one of the best runs ever and all that shit. So it's just look, Floyd. He get that because he didn't lose,
Hmm.
and because the skill set is impeccable. And
Right.
just it was just a lot of shit. He just could do everything in the ring that we put him above. But bro, when I'm looking at Sugar Ray and the shit he was doing in there, he could really do everything, bro. And he went up them weight classes and he fought he was neutralizing different styles
Yep.
with different skill sets. Some of them fights he was on them toes, he was moving. Some of them fights he was in the ring just mid range working with you. Some
Right.
fights he was end of the day. And then after this, bro, let me hear your breakdown of just that fight. End of the day, though, see this one niggas. This is why I'm just a huge fan of the old school. He fought Tommy Hearns with Tommy Hearns had 30 fights and 28 knockouts. And he was 20 some years old.
Right.
Niggas they don't even understand. They gonna say a dude got to get his name up, and I'm sure like the business was right for that fight because there was some shit that had to go on. He had to fight Wilford and all that, but
Yeah.
niggas that try to duck that. Like they'll try to, cause Tommy Hearns was a 6 foot welterweight, 28 knock, bruh, and he beat him. He got his
Right.
eye broke and all that shit, bro. So how you think of Sugar Ray and like Floyd? Like what you think of happening in that type of scrap, bro?
What you describing is, as far as what I hear, Sugar Ray come with the flash, he come with the hand speed, but
Yeah,
he a different dog. He trying to
yeah,
get you. He trying to
right.
get you.
Very
Like
mean.
he not just trying to box you. He trying to get you a lot of
Right,
times.
right.
Floyd. I think Floyd's style would have went beautiful against Sugar Ray's. The problem is, I think the output of Sugar Ray, the size of Sugar Ray, he was a little bigger. He a little bigger than
Yeah,
Floyd.
he's like 5'10". He was like 5'10", something like that, right? 5'8", 5'9",
Yeah,
somewhere around there. 5'10",
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I think the size, I think the output, I, I think if Floyd don't knock him out, I think he get worked out by Sugar Ray
that's real shit. That's
because
real shit.
Floyd will put a combination on you. He will, pop shot you, score.
Mm,
But Sugar Ray is like he throwing combinations to body and the head, and he trying to hurt you.
mm,
And I think it's important too that Floyd even learned from Sugar Ray Leonard.
for sure.
So so the reason I'm saying that is because that's like asking, well, what would Kobe and Mike look like in a one on one?
Mm,
And it's like you using some of my moves, champ. Like I
yeah.
see, I
I
see
feel
you.
you.
You
Right, just
good.
my bad.
You great, but I see what you doing. I
That's
just
good.
I just think that oh man, that would have been a great fight. It would have been a
That would have,
great
yeah.
fight.
It would
But I
have.
think Floyd would have been forced to do more than what he intended on doing.
And you know what, too? Look, this is how, like, how like Parody was, like how they kind of moved him. I'm not sure. I don't know because he wasn't with no promoter. He just had a lawyer. But whoever was matchmaking him did a good job because he fought Roger. He fought
Yeah.
Roger. So he saw that shoulder work, like that behind that shoulder work.
No,
He
he fought the
seen that.
dad. He fought
Yeah,
Big Floyd.
yeah, exactly. He fought the dad. So it's like, hey, bro, like I seen this. I know what to deal with it. Like I seen
Right.
it, and it's like, it'd just be a tough scrap, bro. It'd just be that's one of them excellent fantasies. And I think that Sugar Ray, maybe he getting mentioned in these talks. Maybe like the generation is too young, or like they not looking at it enough. Like
Yeah.
I'm like huge on going back because I think that guys are very good today, but I
Yeah.
think the skill set is just a little different because they don't have guys like you, Greg Hackett. Like your boxing mind and your education and the way your emphasis on teaching is not the same as how it was back in the day. It's guys doing it for sure, but it's a lot of silly shit. It's a lot of people on Instagram doing things, and it's
Yeah.
just a lot of silly shit going on out here, bro. So the skill set is just lacking, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
but I last thing before I go, but hey, bro, I appreciate this convo, bro, because these the days I like to get on so I can get some one-on-one shit with you so we can just chop it up without all that arguing. Hey, yo,
No, you
last
straight.
thing, bro.
You straight.
Lamont Roach,
Yeah.
William Cepeda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you two fights. And then I just want to hear your breakdowns. Lamont Roach and William Cepeda and Albert Bell and Andy Cruz, real quick, is a very tough fight for Andy Cruz
Right.
because we haven't seen you come forward boxing against a taller guy. And you got to display a different set of skills, being able to move your head, slip inside, catch shots with a jab to the chest, to the body. We haven't seen you do it. So we don't know if you can do it because we haven't seen you do it. So
Mm.
what you think about those two fights, bro?
Well, I'm gonna go Albert Bell and Andy Cruz first.
All
I
right.
think I think Albert Bell is a great fight for Andy Cruz, but I think Andy Cruz is a better fight for Albert Bell. That
Mm,
motivates. That does motivate him.
mm-hmm.
The thing is, I think he's going to take a page out of the book of Muratala and try to step to Andy Cruz.
Mm,
Now, when people get fucked up about fights, if you look at Andy Cruz and Muratala, that was just a good ass fight,
for
right?
sure. For sure.
And some people say, well, he lost. You know what I mean? And you being a fan that night, Albert Bell, I'm saying, because Albert Bell was at the fight. I know because
Mm,
I was there. I seen Albert Bell.
mm,
Albert Bell probably watching like I could go in there and do the same thing. But
mm.
can you?
Right. For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah.
We know right now, Andy Cruz, even through a loss, we know he got a sturdy 12 rounds in him.
For sure.
You know what I mean? He fought
Yeah.
the whole 12. His feet
He
was
did.
working the whole 12.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? We don't know if Albert Bell can do that on that
Hmm.
level. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Does Albert Bell have the size? Yes. Does
Mm,
he have the skill set? Yes. But is it? of a level of an Andy Cruz. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that to me is one of them fights. It's going to be good early, and then I think it's going to be an Andy Cruz fight towards the end, the last 4 or 5 rounds,
Do you think?
because
Hold on, real
the
quick, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead. My fault. My fault. Go ahead.
no, just the conditions, simply the conditioning and the atmosphere, everything.
Would it be a mistake for Andy? I mean, for Albert Bell to even step to Andy Cruz? Should I make Andy Cruz come to me with a long jab and the long guard and just make him have to come to me all night with just changing levels with the jab, flicking it, you know what I'm saying? Stiff, like I'm bigger and taller. Why am I stepping to you as the taller man?
Mm.
Would that
Well,
would that be a mistake?
I can't say a mistake because again, we just watched him lose that way.
Okay.
We watched Miratala keep Andy Cruz on his back foot, and for the most part, he lost.
Okay.
Um, I don't think he lost bad. I don't think it was a super wide margin, but I
Mm,
think that was the game plan for Miratala, and it worked for Miratala. But
right.
Miratala was physically able to hunt Andy Cruz down all night and try to get his hands off. Did everything land? No, he didn't land everything. Andy Cruz did land some good counter shots and but I
Mm,
think Andy Cruz needed to work on his inside game. That's why I think Albert Bell could be successful if he did press Andy Cruz, because Andy Cruz being such a great amateur and so influenced by the Cuban style, which is his style. I can't be mad about that. He's looking for pockets where he can rest.
mm,
Not rest so much like I need to get myself together, but okay, I just need to keep creating and making this guy make mistakes.
right.
What Muratalo was able to do was keep pressure on him, keep enough pressure on him where he had to fight him. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Now, after I see that you can't really fight too good on the inside, I'm gonna try to keep you there. My main concern with Albert Bell is, can you keep it up? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay. That's a valid point. That's valid points, bro. How about Roach and William? That's another tough fight for Roach, bro. He keep getting these hard ass fights, and I'm worried about him getting worn down, bro. This
the
the
thing
third
is,
straight hard
the
fight.
thing is, here's the thing with Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach was originally, we know, was with Golden Boy, right?
Yep.
And then it got to a point in his career where they was becoming kind of stagnant. He ended up getting up out of there. He ended up still getting the title at 130 pounds. But I think Lamont Roach right now, if and I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I think Lamont Roach is in a space where he's hustling.
Okay.
What I mean by hustling is, I don't give a fuck who getting high. I'm serving them. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yep. Yep.
We calling them tough fights, but the money they getting paid and the time off they be having back in the ring. I think I think if it wasn't for Lamont Roach taking the fights he been taking, which I agree, tough fights back to back. But if he wasn't taking those fights and if he wasn't performing the way he is, would we even be talking about Lamont Roach right now?
Exactly. So that makes sense. He even got the title opportunity because he arguably beat Tank. He arguably beat Pitbull Cruz. He's a name now, so it's
Yeah.
like it makes sense. So that makes sense.
Hmm.
You gotta get it. And you're right. He's taking a decent enough break. I'll be listening to how he talk. He don't got the he ain't around here stuttering and no shit like that. So maybe the
Yeah.
head trauma ain't that bad. So yeah. So
And
yeah.
if
That's a
and if and brother Khalid, man, I always bring up Bernard. When guys start talking about records and who they fought and this and that, Bernard had one of the toughest roads because they was always trying to out him. They
mm-hmm,
was always trying to get him out the way. You too old. I
right.
mean, when he did beat Trinidad, he was already 36. You know
Damn.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
Most guys at that time is getting pushed out the door. Bernard at that time was just tasting stardom.
That's real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Once
real
he
shit.
beat now listen, we knew Bernard Hopkins. Don't get it fucked
Mm,
up.
right.
But fighting Trinidad made him a star. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? That's when Bernard really was like in the arguments all the time. You
Mm,
got to talk about Bernard. But he's 36.
mm-hmm.
That that was the craziest part. So Sometimes the reason I keep bringing that Bernard and his age, sometimes it takes that long.
That's
Lamont
real.
Lamont Roach feels like he been drugged through the mud. So it's time
Hmm.
for me to get it how I live. If I gotta go at Zapata or whoever it is, and y'all think this tough, cool, because this is what we signed up for, and this is why I feel like Lamont Roach is gonna go down as one of the best fighters of
For
this
sure.
time,
For sure.
because he was almost forgotten about.
Yeah, and he just fought his way out of that shit, and like we really give a
Right,
fuck about what Lamont Roach is doing. Hey
right.
yo, my man, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off, but bro, let me give you this real quick. Hey, bro, I truly appreciate the work you doing, like the knowledge you give, and
Yes,
then
sir.
just from what you tell us about you as a man, cause we aren't able to truly know you, because we don't spend no time with you on a day to day. But from what you
Right,
tell us about your story and all that, bro,
right.
I truly respect you as a man, as a father, as a husband, as just a like boxing mind, and you as a man, bro. So I just appreciate you. Thank you for all you do, bro. And then, man, you have an excellent night, bro.
Hey, man. Likewise, I appreciate you too as well, brother.
Hey, no doubt, bro. You have a great night.
My God, brother Khalid. We got the boy DJ in the back, man. We doing the 1v1s tonight. Yo, DJ, you gotta show me your face. I don't know if I crazy boy. Oh yeah. He, he look like he just came home too. Let's get him on here. DJ, what's up?
Yo, yo, what's up? What's up? My first time doing one of these actually.
Oh yeah, that's smooth. How you welcome to the panel. You know what I mean? GHB TV, it's the stream yard, but I'm doing the 1v1s because sometimes it get hectic.
I feel it. I feel it.
What's the
Appreciate it.
deal?
Name's DJ. I live out of NC, so it's crazy. So I'm gonna meet
What's
you.
that, North Carolina?
North Carolina.
I can't hear you.
N- North Carolina, yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what happened? You said you from NC?
Yeah, I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, all right. What's the deal?
Shoot, man. I guess I'm gonna start the conversation off like, uh, how do you feel a Roach Zapata matchup gonna go, man? How you feeling? Like, you think Roach got it? You think Zapata? Because I'm iffy about the matchup with his last matchup. You know what I mean? Because he did. I think personally he won it, but I'm like, a Zapata's not going. It's like a pit bull cruise. It's gonna be nonstop. The only thing
Yeah,
about Zapata don't got a jab. You feel me?
yeah. I think
So
Lamont. I think Lamont is a better fighter skill wise. I think Zepeda is the more active fighter, but I think the fight with Pitbull Cruz may have prepared Lamont Roach for a fight like this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's high volume, and
that
I
is
do think it's going to be a great fight. But I think if I understand the game like I think I do, I think Lamont Roach would edge it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. I'm more of a recent boxing fan. I started getting to it when I was like 17, so I'm still learning ins and outs like that. You know what I mean?
For
I'm 20
sure.
now. But
For
the way
sure.
I see it is when I watch Lamont, I be thinking he's good at the mid range and to the close range as well, because he's a sharp shooting, counter puncher, right?
Right.
But the thing that to me I feel like made the Cruz fight look more like a draw is the fact that you know he kept having to, especially in the early half of the fight, he didn't box like that. But I don't know if that's more of a choice or the fact that Cruz didn't give him that choice. But he
Right.
still did good. The pocket in the pocket and sharp and counter punching regardless. You know what I mean? But
Right.
that nonstop pressure, I'm like, that was just Cruz already. With a Zapata who's known to have the same, almost probably better gas engine, I'm wondering, is he gonna be able to keep up with that? Because he be throwing hella punches per round. That's a
Right.
lot of movement that's gonna tire you out so quickly.
Right. I mean, but that's why they are who they are. You know what I mean? And we have to see the fights.
Yeah,
No matter how we feel about it, we got to see it to be able to determine, who was the better man that night. I think Lamont being the level of fights he's been in, I think he's prepared. And then I think Jose Cepeda, I mean William Cepeda being who he is and fighting his style, I think that's why he'll be prepared. So I'm honestly just looking forward to a great fight.
I am too. Would you give Lamont more of the edge in that than
I
Zepeda, or would you
I
give
do
Zepeda the edge?
I do give Lamont the edge because Lamont I feel like Lamont can do more.
I feel that I would also give him the edge. I think skill wise, he's a lot better for sure. I think counter punching wise, he's better. But my thing is, can you time a Zepeda? Like a Shakur times Zepeda, but Shakur's a master of that distance. You know what I mean? Constantly
Yeah,
being able, he's like, like Neo in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Everything kind of looks like it's slowed down to him. He'll see it a mile coming. I don't know. And personally, I haven't watched enough of Roach. You probably could speak better on it than me. I don't know if he could time a Zepeda like that, But that's why I want to see the fight though, because I want to see if he can time a Zepeda like that.
right. I think Lamont can pull it off. The skills is there. Like you said, the inside game is there. It's just one of them things we gotta see. It's a beautifully matched fight, and I'm glad they making the fight. And I just want to see it. But I am picking Lamont because he can do more, and we've seen him in some big fights.
I hear you. I feel you. I mess with that. Uh, you know, I definitely want to see that for sure. Lamont's one of the fighters I was not expecting to be like on the map like that. I
Right,
personally, I never even heard like I'm gonna be so for real. Like I said, like knew I never heard of him till at this point. So I didn't know at 130 he was already a built a fighter that was good like that. I know that he beat who was it, Hector Garcia, I think for his WBA belt. So
right.
I didn't know much, but when he had that draw with Tank, that's what made me like, oh, hold up, he's a bigger problem than I thought, especially because a lot of people think I included think he got robbed of the Tank like with the Tank fight. I don't
Right.
know about you,
Right.
but
Yeah,
he
I feel the same way. I think he pulled it out.
yeah. So you know I think the main thing with it with the Tank fight though is that he kind of left a little on the plate as I hear like people say like you kind of left too much on the plate to finish it, but I'm
Right.
like needed to though because you leave yourself open too long. You know how Tank is, he gonna capitalize on. So
For
I think
sure.
he did, but he didn't separate it. What do they say? Like you gotta start it and then you gotta punctuate it. I think that's what they like.
Yeah. You mean you
Okay,
what you talking about? Far as
like
Lamont?
with the exchanges he was in with Tank,
Yeah.
he got start and then punctuate it at the same time. He would start
Okay.
it. I don't think he separated himself enough from the rounds.
Yeah. I mean, and guess what? That is a point, but at the same time, he didn't have those draws on his own. I mean, he got a dancing partner that night.
Yeah,
Sometimes the dancing partner don't do enough. You know what I mean?
that is
Sometimes they just in the game they like to go with the favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, they like to go with the favorite fighter, unless it's just a complete upset and you end up knocking the guy out. Lamont has to overwhelm somebody at some point. If he's going to do that, this the fight he need to do it because you got a guy who's trying to overwhelm you. You know what I mean? So we definitely need to see one more gear switch from Lamont Roach.
I feel it definitely. But do you think he has that gear? Have you seen anything in him that makes you think he's
That's
got that third gear?
That's the thing. We can only judge off the last few fights we seen. The fight he fought in DC when he fought before he went up and fought Tank McCrory, he caught a body. He ended up stopping that guy. But the way he did it was through body work. He was breaking him up real good. I think if Lamont Rouge go to the body like he know how, I think he'll find great results.
I think so too. Do you want to see him at 135 with more once he gets the belt, or would you rather see him back at 40 where there's more high level competition like your Gary Antoine's? I don't know about Richardson Hitchens. I don't know if he gonna make 140 again.
Right.
His stomach feels
Right.
good. But you know, but like I said, Gary Antoine's, your Dalton Smiths, Shakur's up there now. I iffy about his chances with Shakur. What do
Yeah.
you see for him like that up there versus at 135?
Well, you ever played basketball before?
Yeah, I played ball a good bit.
You know how it's always a guy at the court. He might not be the best, but he can hang.
Yeah,
So you got to pick him up because he can do a little bit of everything. That's
yeah,
Lamar Roach. To me, that's Lamar Roach.
yeah. I
If
see
he
that.
if he wants to be looked at as one of the best, though, like, and I'm not talking about I'm not saying he's not one of the best because I believe he is, but I'm talking about that everyday conversation. He need a great performance versus a Williams or Payton.
I think yeah, he do because your last two performances are like draws. Now, to be fair, one of them should have been classified a win. The other one's iffy. But now that you've had two draws, at this point, you can't have another draw like that. You got to make a statement like, "Nah, I'm here."
Right. And
Is that
I
hard for a fighter to do? Because I know you're a coach. You
say it
is
again.
hmm?
Say it again.
I said, is that hard for a fighter to do? Because I know you're a coach. When you see
What
it,
you
is it
mean?
fighters to make like that statement of I'm here? Do you feel like it's in the training camp? Is it in the fight? Is it in the preparation for the fight? You got to watch the tape.
I think it's inside of the fighter. You have to be born with that, that gene where you want the edge.
Mm,
Like you ever seen somebody who just cheat at everything, or they just won't let you quit. They be like, no, play me again. I mean, let's do it again. Let's bet again. Those
yeah,
people, those people make great fighters because they'll do anything to win. So
that's
I don't know. I just gotta see it.
yeah. I gotta see it too. Next question: what did you think of that Haney Roley? What you got?
I
That's a
like I like that I like that fight because Rolly believes in his power. Rolly is believing in his skill set nowadays. I think if Rolly come out there 100%, Dev come out 100%, we get a real fight on our hands because if you let Rolly tell it and if you let some of the clips tell it that we've seen over the years, he be putting a beating on these dudes. And I don't know if he ever beat Dev up, but I think if he did box Dev before in the gym, he did. He definitely concerned Dev is definitely concerned a little
he. I
with
mean,
with
he
Rolly.
so weird, like off timing, off beat. What I'm saying? He swing with out of nowhere. People be like, he got that retarded strength. I'll be like, I don't know. He sound like he from the countryside with that shit. Cause like, how the hell you hit that hard in the first place?
I mean, you gotta be born with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's true. I the way I saw, I was like, him coming out like a lot more disciplined behind the jab.
Yeah.
That was a good change up. But do you feel like he should be that more disciplined style, or do you think he needs to be that old balls to the walls? Let's go ahead and just swing haymakers at him.
You talking about who again?
Roly. Do you think Roly need
Oh,
that more offense mind? Because I like him better behind the jab. Because
yeah,
that was his problem. He needed to be disciplined to keep behind the jab.
yeah. And I think in a fight versus Dev, you're gonna need a little bit of both. You're gonna need that good patience, good working behind your jab, but then you're gonna have to unleash at some
That
point. Huh?
that calculated aggression. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I got behind the jab, but before you know it, you snap him with like a right hook already. It's like doom, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel it.
So that's
Do you,
why I think great fight. My bad.
that is a great fight. How what's like a feel like with the way they trying to move 147, I heard that they're trying to make, once Crocker get past his mandatory, they're trying to make a Ryan Crocker, is that like a move you want to see, like undisputed off of the belts? if
Right.
Rolly, if Devin can get past a Rolly.
Yeah, that's the see. I think that's the game plan for that fight. That's gonna help promote the situation. Um, I feel like I don't know. I feel like shit, man. I don't know.
Mm. I gotta ask you because everybody talking about it. That Ryan Barrios, how did that look to you? How did that? Because I was like, I saw your live where he was like, you was saying he on the ooze. I go, you had me cracking up on that junk because that junk was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like I was like,
for sure.
do you think that Ryan, Ryan being who he is, do you think do you think that his performance against Barrios was just yeah, mix of both? Barrios just being flat, Ryan being, decent enough?
Yeah,
Because that,
I think I
go
think
ahead.
his confidence was high because one, he knew that Barrios was definitely slower. I think the way the styles match up, he knew he was gonna be able to get off. Um,
He's more
him
athletic.
be, huh?
He's more athletically gifted than him.
Yeah, but he knew that that Barrios is a slow starter, and he also knew that style. You can see right through it. It's basic.
Yeah,
It's no real movement. I'm gonna follow you around, and I'm gonna try to chop you up. You know what I mean? But Barrios couldn't even get started. He was hurt from the first round. He couldn't
yeah.
even get started.
That's something wild because Ryan's like a fast starter. Like you seen him against like what Campbell, Hank,
Hmm.
Evan. He jump on you real quick. Like
Hmm.
a deer. So that was like you didn't think to off the rip to like block. What was you expecting?
Yeah, he was kind of like sleep. Like he was
That's
like
what
drowsy before he even got hit. He
yeah,
had this look. I don't
man
know.
had that before he even came to the ring. I'm like, bro, you gonna sleep fine anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that melatonin
No,
when he came, somebody gave him some shit. He was like, hey man, take this shit, relax. Man, hit two
no, real
puffs.
shit.
Shit.
Let me let me get somebody here waiting.
All right, I got you. Let me go
I,
ahead.
I
Appreciate it, Greg.
appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. We got Jay Nash in the building. Yo,
What's good, Greg?
what's up? Talk to me, family. How you feel?
Man, I'm chilling. Can't call it.
Yes, sir. What's up with you? What's on your mind?
Man, I'm thinking about these future matchups with Jairo Pataya and Benavidez. I want to hear your
Uh,
breakdown. But
okay,
real
talk
quick,
to me.
I want to say, I feel like I ain't watched too much Jairo Pataya, but I feel like he's not that good when it comes to like the skills. I think
Yeah.
that he aggressive, he mean, but when it comes to the skills, when it comes to, putting your combinations together, he just mean. That's all really
So
what it come down to. So I
so
feel
I'm
like
gonna say
Benavidez is edgy.
this. Watch more of Jao Bataya
Word.
because you're gonna see different fighters every time. He's a different Jao Bataya. I feel like he's gonna be who he needs to be that night, depending on who I have in front of me.
Sound like a great fighter to me. Yeah. All right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want you, that's a little bit of homework. I want you to check him out because he do bring a lot to the table. He's very accurate. He got good punching power. He got good speed. You know what I'm saying? And if he was jumping on somebody that night, that's because he felt like he could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I I feel like in times where he need to be patient, he'll be patient. The interesting part though is Benavidez is always going to choose the pace of any fight because he coming to put you out. You know what I'm saying? He coming to put you out. And I think Benavidez causes trouble for everybody up there. You know what I mean? From 175 on the cruiserweight, he causes trouble for everybody up there. Somebody said he got to get past Brandon Glenn. No disrespect, but Jao Bataya is leagues above a Brandon Glenn. No disrespect. I'm
So,
listening. My bad.
but yeah. How would you have it though? If you was to call it today?
Tough, man. Tough to say. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because here's what we haven't seen yet. We still haven't seen Benavidez at cruiserweight. He's matched up for cruiserweight, but we haven't seen him at cruiserweight. So I feel like we got to see what he looked like. We already know he was a bigger puncher at 68 than he is at 75.
Yeah.
And now you're going to cruiserweight. The cruiserweights are heavyweights. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Where? And then the other matchup, future matchup, I want to hear. You might have broke it down, but I ain't hear it.
Yeah.
The Foster and Ray Ford.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I think with that fight, right? Oshaki Foster is I feel like that's just a dog fight. I feel like it's a dog fight because it's already a little bit of bad blood there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Ray Ford is the type, like, if you piss him off, he gonna definitely get ready for you. Not saying he wouldn't get ready if you didn't piss him off, but I'm just saying Oshaki been adding a lot of fuel to the fire. I honestly just think that's a war. And I think the fight between them two would be so good that we might have to see it 2 times or 3 times.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
All right, for sure. And then also, I seen you on live yesterday, bro. Did you really get signed to Zuffa or you was bullshitting?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Zufa fuck with me, bro.
Type shit, for sure.
You feel me?
Yep.
They not gonna act like it, but they gonna act like
That's what's up.
it. Appreciate you, bro.
That's all I had. Appreciate
My
you.
guy. Appreciate you
Yep,
for tapping in.
for sure. Have a good one.
FaZe, I gotta see your face, FaZe. Oh, that's the boy that tried to rob me. Yo, I don't know this nigga. Hold on. Yo,
What's the deal, G? What's happening, bro?
I'm chilling, gang. How you feel?
Oh man, riding man, just on the way back to the crib from the casino.
Oh yeah, I hope you hit
Hey,
something.
man, you already know, man. It's betting on this basketball. Hey,
Okay.
man, I know you seen Lamont Roach and Zapata, WBC order that title fight
Right.
for that vacant belt, man. I just want to know what do you think is gonna happen in that fight, man? Because I think anything can happen in that fight.
I think Lamont Roach is gonna be forced to fight at a higher pace, but I think Lamont Roach could actually hurt Williams Zepeda.
Okay.
Great fight though. I'm not really I'm edging it towards Lamont, but I ain't it's like a 55-45 type situation.
I don't know why I'm edging Zapata with all that volume. Mine kind of small. He kind of moving up. I don't know. I think
The
Zapata
fight gonna
more
be
like
the fight gonna be at 35
35. Okay, so yeah, Lamont went 35, then he went to 40. Yeah, that's a fight I'm looking forward to if they end up getting a date with that.
for
But
sure.
what okay, when you look at Virgil, he said he gonna appeal them. Do you think Virgil gonna be out of the ring for a long time? Like, how you think he gonna have a long lawsuit or yeah,
I think Virgil will be back. I think Virgil will be back like midsummer, like June, May, June.
yeah, they'll figure something out.
Yeah, they got to figure that shit out, man. Because Oscar De La Hoya already got one up right now.
All because a nigga want to duck.
Yeah, it's starting to look like Virgil because Virgil basically said in that tweet that he told everybody else to be ready. So to me, that means he looking to definitely get back in the ring soon. It could have been Boots, but I don't think they wanted that fight right away. From the things his
Right,
manager said in the past, you know what I mean?
man. So that's crazy. And the last one, man, I still want to just know if you still feel the same way you feel, man. Because you don't. I never seen you change a pick or nothing like that. But I'm gonna ask you this last time, man. Keith one time, Thurman, man,
Yeah.
Fundora. You still got the Tower in Inferno?
Yeah, I feel like Keith Thurman got to land. I feel like he got to land big and he got to land early. And I mean,
Yeah.
if not, then he just gonna get worked out. I feel like he gonna get worked out. No disrespect.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. It's just me. When it comes to Keith, I just feel like if he ain't elite, if you ain't elite, if you ain't got some, you know what I mean? Like I look at
Right.
Fundora as like an average fighter, but he's just tall.
Right.
To me, it's like you gotta have something to be the Keith Thurman, man. He only lost to Pacquiao, and
Yeah.
everybody else, man, he gave hell to. So
I mean, to be fair, styles make fights, but we ain't never seen a 6'6", 6'7" junior welterweight.
never,
So
never.
so no matter what, even if you get the win, you're gonna have to walk uphill to make it happen.
And they fighting this month, huh?
I believe so,
I
yes.
think they is fighting
Yeah.
this month.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's on, man. Hey, thanks G for having me, bro. Appreciate you,
For
bro.
sure.
I
I
promise, nigga, we gotta. I don't know how we gonna do it, man, but nigga, we gotta get you on the ring, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You had the best breakdown I ever heard, fool. We gotta get you on the ring, bro. We gotta do somewhere,
no,
bro. ESPN, you feel me?
yeah. No, I appreciate that. If it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. It'll happen.
My dog.
You know what I mean? Appreciate you.
Yep.
We on the 1v1s, y'all. You know what I mean, we just talking boxing. I'm getting to that point where them Z's is starting to, you feel me? The link is in the chat, though. I might got a little surprise for y'all, too. I'm waiting to hear it back tomorrow. Nice little surprise, eh? Appreciate the love and support, though. I appreciate all those who tapped in. Appreciate y'all, the ones who hit the like button. Appreciate the ones who didn't hit the like button. Appreciate those who subscribed. You know what I mean? Welcome to GHB TV, where we just like to talk boxing. we talk about other shit, you know? It's all love here. Um, Greg Hackett 86 on Instagram, Greg Hackett 215 on X, Greg Hackett on Facebook, Greg Hackett 86 on TikTok, GregieCash on Cash App, GREGIE Cash. Appreciate the love and support. Thank y'all.